Well, hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheraton Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. So, going to do another video today on our first due gilt, who is set to farrow by the calendar in about 6 days. So, if you missed the last video, we're going to do a series over a couple of days, just kind of showing the progression of this gilt during her last few days of pregnancy, up through actually farrowing and giving birth to her piglets. So, I think it may be interesting to see kind of how she transitions, what happens with that. But anyway, today's day 2, so let's check her out. Also, let's do an update on some chickens. We've moved our eggmobile. We got those little baby egg layers out on pasture, so let's check in on them. So stick around with us for a little while, and let's look at some chickens and look at a pregnant pig. Hang around. So, real quick update on eggmobile 2.0. Last time y'all saw it, we had it out at the garden. We were using the chickens to stir up and kind of clean the garden off from some of the vegetation that was out there. Done a great job. It was time to move. So a couple mornings ago, hooked the eggmobile up to the tractor, pulled it out here, set our netting up all the way around. We're using 3 sections of the 100-foot poultry netting from Premier. This is the 12/48/3 size. So we've got about a little over 200 birds in here. We've had another one or two die. I gave Jamie a couple, him and his daughter, when they were down here. Partial trade for the baby goats. But anyway, so plenty of birds in here, working out great. They're out here on a nice fresh green grassy spot, working it up pretty good. We're gonna have to keep these folks moving pretty quick because of the number of birds that we've got in the coop, the poop through floor. So we're going to get some pretty heavy manure load underneath that thing. We don't want it getting too hot in terms of nitrogen load, so we're going to have to keep them moving along. Today David is working on a set of steps to go on the front of the coop, just to make it easier to get up and down in there. And also we have moved some more of the roosts around so we don't have those birds roosting over top of each other and pooing down on one another while they're sleeping. So anyway, got the birds out here on grass. This is what chickens should look like, out here on grass, scratching around for bugs. Of course, there's not a whole lot of bugs and stuff this time of year, but scratching around on the ground, eating some grass, just doing what chickens do. And everybody just looks so good out here. I mean, this is just eggmobile's got a pretty cool factor to it, but this is the way things should look. Chickens on fresh ground, not on this moonscape area, moving around, spreading manure, doing what chickens do. So looking good. I'd like to splice this in somehow in the footage, but I was coming back up from shooting the rest of the video, and David has finished the steps. So this was a lot of this was scrap from what we had used to build the coop. What was left from the coop? Yeah. 1x3s and stuff like that. Yeah. So set of steps. They're narrow, lightweight, they don't weigh much. So we can just, when we're ready to move, we just pick them up, set them inside, and then we're off and running. So nice set of steps, easy to get up and in. And also you moved around some more of the roost bars in here, done some more staggering of those, so helpful so that we've not got those chickens over top of one another. So anyway, more advancements on eggmobile 2.0. So meanwhile, just adjacent to the eggmobile, we've got 3 of our Soskovich style chicken tractors, and in the first 3 we've got some more of our baby egg layers, juvenile birds. This is part of that we thought was 99, ended up being 101 that we bought. So we got these guys split up into these 3 tractors. A little cool today, so everybody's kind of huddling. We may need to get some lights out here tonight or something. I don't know, we'll look at the temperature and see, but we're huddling just a little bit in the corners. But otherwise, these guys looking good, doing great, coming on strong. We moved them this morning. They stayed in one spot for a couple days. Moved them forward off their manure on the fresh grass this morning. That worked out great. Everybody walked along like they should. The turkeys, y'all remember the turkey saga? I'll post a link to that video in the description down below, where we lost 20 out of 30 turkeys that came to us. So, but these guys, they got moved this morning as well. So they're on fresh grass. Everybody here is looking pretty good. Those guys back here in the corner looking a little coolish, but we'll keep an eye on them. So the turkeys are looking good. So in the world of poultry, right now, knock on some wood somewhere, things are moving along like they should. Let's go check on that gilt. So real quick before we look at that gilt, just want to remind y'all we've got a few spots left for our pastured pig workshop coming up here, Sheraton Park Farms, on May the 16th. We're limiting it to the number of folks so that we can have a nice, small, intimate experience and everybody can have time to ask lots of questions and get a lot of hands-on stuff. It's going to be a great day. First half of the day, we're going to do some classroom stuff. We'll talk about everything from piglet selection, artificial insemination, using a boar, feed, fence, equipment, all that kind of stuff, all the way to cut sheets where you're going to select pork chops, ribs, bacon, whatever you're going to put in your freezer. The first half of the day is going to be fantastic, filled with information. Second half of the day, hands-on stuff. We're going to be out in the field. This is not a theory deal. This is out in the field where we're going to put our hands on some stuff. We're going to do some fencing work. We'll do some piglet training / weaning pen work, and we should have some pigs that are ready to be castrated. So we'll do some castration demonstrations and show you how to avoid some costly vet bills on your farm and manage those male piglets on your own. So again, we've got a few slots left. May the 16th here at Sheraton Park Farms. We're going to make it a super nice experience. We want folks to come out, enjoy the day, visit with our pigs, see what we do here, take some stuff home that you can put into action when you get back to your farm. Links in the description down below, so go down there and check that out. Come out and join us. We'd love to have you. All right, so we're down here with the gilts. Came down this morning. They've really kind of stirred this area up here. A couple of them were laying out there, kind of snuggled up with one another, staying warm early this morning when we first came down. But this is their new area. Working it over pretty good. So our first due girl, we're going to think of a better name for her. First due girl this morning. She was laid out over here next to the hay bale over here on this left-hand side. She wouldn't get up, was not very interested in getting up. Whenever we did get her up, you could tell she was uncomfortable, didn't want to do that. So now it looks like she has moved around here to the front of the hay bale. This is our non-pregnant girl right here. This must be sympathy syndrome with her. She's laying in front of her and keeping her company. Was noticing a few minutes ago, this girl here, I think she's third, but notice how she's really how her teats are really starting to round out, and she's starting to get more of a rounded look about her breast there. So she's not far compared to this girl here, who's a little farther behind. Her abdomen or her chest where her teats meet is much flatter, starting to round a little bit, but not nearly as much as we are right there. So these girls probably number 3 and number 4 to deliver, if I remember correctly. Not entirely sure about that. She's going to be the last one, and then this one is not pregnant. So again, this is our first due girl. Her abdomen really tight today as it was yesterday. Looks like she's got even more swelling and engorgement of her vulva. Teats super rounded out. I don't know if you can see on camera or not. There's a very tiny drop of milk that comes up. That's not enough to make us think that she's getting that she's going to farrow in the next 24 hours. But she's getting closer. She's coming in. She's definitely coming into milk now. Yeah, another one. So we're getting closer. So she's still 6 days out by the calendar. I think probably 2 or 3 days before we farrow, but the calendar's saying 6 days. Like on the last video, you kind of had a chance to reassess her now. Leave me a comment down below. How many days out do you think she is from farrowing? And we'll see kind of how everybody flushes out. Are you good at guessing when a pig's going to give birth or not? So there she is, very lethargic. Well, I won't say lethargic. She's just laying around. She's not active. She's not getting up. You can just tell she's not very comfortable. Again, this is very similar behavior to her sow. whenever she is about to deliver. For about that last week, she's very lays around a lot. You can kind of tell that she doesn't feel good, ready to get this thing over with, have those babies, and get on with life. So there we are. 6 days out with the calendar. I'm guessing 2 or 3. What do y'all think?
Come on. She bounces everywhere she goes.
Yeah.